Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Looks like we might have somebody unmuted. If you are on a phone, if you would hit *6 on your phone to mute it, I would appreciate that. That way we don't have any feedback on our recording. First of all, let me congratulate you. You guys have just blown away any possible expectations that we could have had for this program. The participation, the outpouring of support for your fellow participants has just been amazing. So congratulations to all of you. What we're going to do tonight is we're just going to kind of wrap up the last 7 weeks. We're going to do a brief overview of every week that we've done, and then you'll get your final homework assignments. So let's get started. Let's take a look at everything that you have actually accomplished in these last few weeks. Week 2 was management skills with Rick and Dorothy Thurman. And in that week, you guys really seem to have latched on to Understanding the Compensation Plan by Ryan Clements, Superstar Director out of Canada. That was a fantastic video. And if you think of it, you can actually save that video to your favorites so that when you want a refresher on the compensation plan, you can go back and watch that video again. And it's also a great video to share with your frontline as they continue to grow and develop their businesses and need to get a better understanding of the compensation plan themselves. Just a second, I'm going to turn those tones off. There we go. But that really is a great video that Rick and Dorothy shared. They also shared with us that we are not all supermen and women. And what I mean by that is that it's okay to take time out of your hectic, busy lives for yourself and for your families. I myself am learning a very valuable lesson in that it's important that you don't let your businesses become all-consuming. It's not selfish. It is not poor judgment to take time out for yourself and your families. And if you guys have noticed, I've kind of inserted in here some of the responses that we've gotten throughout this program that I thought were either particularly good or particularly funny. Not calling anybody out necessarily, but I really like that Samantha took a shine to the organization tips that were provided, and I'm kind of like her. I'm OCD as well, but sometimes it's not in all the right places. So, but don't forget, it's okay to take time for yourself. In addition, we learned some really great record-keeping ideas. No, record-keeping isn't nearly as much fun as selling, but it's just as important. I think Kate also has the same issues that I personally have, in that I do have office space, but it's not organized like it should be at all times. And Rick and Dorothy both shared some great information about organizational skills. And if you ever need a refresher, you can defer back to our Destination Director Facebook page and find the YouTube links for the call recordings. They will remain up for your use. So I see that Dorothy is on. Dorothy, just want to say thank you. Your ideas and the experience that you and Rick shared with us during that first training call were very valuable, and really appreciate all of your assistance with this entire program. So week 3 was with Magali Preston, and she definitely changed it from recruiting to sponsoring. It is a vocabulary change for me as well, but it was a phenomenal presentation that had homework assignments that really made us step outside those comfort zones. We talked to ourselves, to an imaginary friend, to our spouses, inanimate objects, and what's really funny about all that is nobody thought we were crazy, at least within our own group. Hopefully nobody was listening as we were talking to ourselves. But that was an awesome, awesome homework assignment that Magali gave us that week. She also talked about opportunity packets. Now that you have created these opportunity packets, make sure you've got them with you at all times. They're just as important as your catalogs. We know we carry around catalogs in our cars and our purse, but carry around those opportunity packets because you never know when you're going to come across someone that is just phenomenal, and you want to be able to share the opportunity with them and have that packet readily available. Magali also shared with us a video from the Superstar directors sharing their advice and expertise on sponsoring that you'll find on the training tab in your workstation. So definitely take a moment to go and check those out. So Magali, I don't know if you're in here. I haven't noticed if you're, I think you are. Yes, you are. Thank you for being so awesome. You really stepped up to the plate and took the time to, out of your extremely hectic schedule, to prepare this week of sponsoring information for all of our participants. And we really, really appreciate your help with this. You are amazing. So week 4, wow, with Jenna Plotz. That was a cram-packed full presentation. Jenna did an amazing job with parties. Jenna is actually a director in my group, and she is an absolute rock star when it comes to parties, which is why I asked her if she would help us with information on this. And as you guys probably found out pretty quickly, she knows her stuff. But that whole presentation was just crammed full of information, and I invite you to go back and take a second look at that presentation because there was so much in there that there might be something that you missed. But Jenna shared with us her secrets to successful parties, but really isn't secret. Keeping your party simple, doing what works for you, which means if you don't have a lot of money to spend on extras, then don't. And this is something valuable that you can teach your teams as well, is that they don't have to sink a lot of money into prizes and giveaways and all of that at their home parties, especially those that are just starting out. All they need to do to conduct a party is what comes in their starter kits. So keep it simple, do what works for you, and develop these key skills that she outlined: goal setting, sharing, follow-up, listening, customer service, and consistency. One of the things that Jenna really stressed to us was follow-up. And to not come across as a used car salesman, not that there's anything wrong with a used car salesman, but, not to carry that persona, take a genuine interest in your customers. When you contact them, don't be all about the sale. You're building relationships, whether it's with the host, with a potential new team member, or with someone who just prefers to be a customer. Take the time to build that personal relationship with them. I loved that Rossi actually commented that she was having really great results with follow-up. And I know that couple of my team members that I've talked to just recently have really stepped outside their comfort zones. They've been picking up the phone and making phone calls. And to their surprise, which really shouldn't have been, it's been very successful, either with sponsoring conversations or sales conversations. It's all been productive. So don't be afraid of the phone, although I know Jenna prefers to use Facebook and the internet for her communication style and text messaging. But don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call. But follow-up is absolutely important. And this is something also you want to share with your teams, the importance of follow-up, because it's only going to help them continue to grow and be successful. And one other thing that Jenna talked about in her presentation was goal setting. And we actually heard about goal setting throughout these last few weeks. But just because this program is coming to a close, don't stop setting goals for yourself. But most importantly, you want to keep them realistic and obtainable. If you set a goal that's way beyond your realistic means, not that it's completely impossible, but beyond realistic, then you're probably just going to wind up a little frustrated. So if you set a goal, it would be like an essential consultant starting today and wanting to make superstar director in 2 months. Not completely impossible, but highly unlikely. So be realistic with your goal, make them attainable, but don't sell yourself short. You want to set the goal just high enough that you're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to step outside that comfort zone and do things that you wouldn't normally do to help you get yourself to that next level. So Jenna, I can't thank you enough for all the amazing information that you provided to us throughout the week 4. You gave us ideas and suggestions and tips of things that you have proven work, and they work successfully. So thank you so much for everything that you have put into this program. I greatly appreciate it. So week 5 was Gabby. And Gabby shared some pretty inspirational stories with us. There's one thing that I've learned about Gabby since just before the start of this program. I actually met her for the first time on the leadership cruise, is that this girl does not let anything stand in her way of her goals. She makes no excuses, and she sets those goals and she reaches them. I really have been honored to have the opportunity to work with her on this program, and the information that she gave us, she really had us take a hard look at ourselves deep inside and recognize that while we might not realize that we're making excuses for not doing things, we really are. I'm guilty of it just as much as the next person. I absolutely hated picking up the phone. And I would come up with every excuse in the book not to pick up the phone. It's too late in the evening. It's Sunday afternoon. They're probably not home anyway. It's too early on Monday morning. They're probably at work, so I'm just not going to call right now. If there was an excuse not to pick up the phone, I came up with it. But Gabby helped us realize with our homework assignment that there really are excuses that we're making, and we now have ways to overcome those. Another thing she talked about was creating and updating your vision or dream boards, but make sure that you're keeping up with those. Your dream board is a constant and a visible reminder of what's important to you, why you're doing what you're doing, and what those goals are that you've set for yourself. And by making sure that you're updating those dream boards constantly, because your why is going to change, Your goals are going to change as you continue to grow and build and develop. You want to keep your board updated along with you. I don't know if, for those of you that are on your computers, I actually have my dream board. It's kind of hard to see. But I update that board at least 3 times a year, or as I obtain a goal. As soon as I obtain a goal, I'm putting a new goal up on my board. And I have had that board since probably 2012, when my Superstar Director, Dorothy Thurman, talked about it on her team page and encouraged us to make a dream board. And it has changed numerous times over the years, and I know that it's going to continue to change as my goals change. So Gabby, thank you very much. Your story was very inspiring, and your advice was extremely helpful. I'm really, I know that this was a challenge for you, and it was a step outside your comfort zone to jump in here and do a presentation, but I really do greatly appreciate you taking your time to do this for us. So week 6 was marketing with Jennifer Burnett. Boy, this girl loves her Post-it notes. Now, I have some Post-it notes, but they usually give, they have a phone number or a little reminder of something that I need to do. That's what I've used my Post-it notes for in the past. But going forward, I'm using those Post-it notes now to post my goals. I will post those notes where I will see them, and she has encouraged all of you to put up those Post-it notes with your goals and make it a habit. Share this with your teams. Get your teams to start doing Post-it notes. It's something that can be quickly and easily changed once you obtain a goal. And if you get those really neon, bright colored ones, you certainly can't miss it if you stick it on the door frame of your door before you go out every day. So keep your team doing it, and make sure that as your story changes, so should your PWS. We talked about this during week 6, and we had you go through and update your story and your picture. But you also want to make sure that your teams are updating their PWS stories and their pictures as well. Nobody wants to do business with a Goldsmith former. And I can't tell you how many times that I've personally either had somebody join my team or have chose to do business with me. They've placed an order with me, and they have told me that they felt like they could relate to me just based on my story. Or they told me they could tell how much I really loved my Scentsy business just based on what I wrote. And these were people I hadn't met before, so I thought that was pretty cool. At least we know that it works. One of the homework assignments that Jennifer talked about as well was a Scent Academy. And she talked about how the training tips that are provided in a Scent Academy will help you and your business, but there's also guides in there that will help you guide your teams. So you'll want to make sure that you are looking at your team's participation in the Scent Academy. And we'll touch on this again in week 7. But keep yourself and your teams on track. I absolutely adored this quote from Dorothy Thurman that Jennifer posted. Start now doing the things that directors do, and you will become a director. I absolutely love this. I think I'm going to cut a little square out and I'm going to tape it on there, and then I'm going to write Superstar Director on there. Maybe if I start acting like one, I'll get there. So Jennifer, thank you very much for really stepping up to the plate and helping us out with this program. Your Scentsy spirit, your enthusiasm, your genuine excitement just shows through in everything that you do, and we really, really appreciate you helping us with this program. So week 7, this last week, was leadership with Janine, and her presentation as well was chock full of information. There are so many very useful workstation reports that can help you both manage your business, they can help manage your goals, and they can help manage your teams. A lot of times, and this is how I learned, is I got in there and I just started playing around with them. And the more I started using them, the more helpful they became. So take the time to go around, or go into your workstation and kind of mess around with those reports. See what works for you. What's going to give you the information that you need to help you. Because there was so many more reports than what she was able to squeeze into a 1 hour time frame. And like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, don't forget about Ascent Academy. Ascent Academy is really fabulous. I feel like there's just not enough people that are taking advantage of it. You have the tips of the day that's on your home screen of your workstation. But if you go in and look at the actual challenges tab and see what you need to do to reach the next goal, those rewards that they're offering are pretty sweet. But on each level of Ascent Academy, if you go in and look, you will see that there's actually a coaching sheet for every single level of Ascent Academy that can help you help your team members grow. So go check that out when you get an opportunity. Rewards and recognition is something else Jeannie talked about. I love some of the little trinkets that she came up. She had the little wine bottle stoppers that had the star on them. That was really cute. I wish I could find those myself. But it's more than just giving somebody something tangible as for recognition. And it's really tiny and it's probably hard to see, but recognition is appreciation or acclaim for an achievement. Reward is something given in recognition of service, effort, or achievement. But sometimes appreciation for what somebody's doing is sorry about that. Appreciation can be shown in so many different ways. It could be posting a good job on your team page. I really like one of the things that Janine talked about, and I think Magali spoke to it as well during her week, is I really like celebrating achievements in a public way, like on my Facebook page or on their Facebook page. I'll post something, I will tag my team member in it, but it's on my public page, because not only is that team members, friends and family going to see that their loved one is doing really well with their business, but you never know who's watching, and it just might be a great encourager or might prompt someone else to think, hey, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I know that this wasn't one of Jean's favorite pieces of week 7, but disagreements do sometimes happen. But she talked about conflict resolution and she talked about not letting it fester into something bigger, something that's beyond their control. And I actually am quoting Janine on this, and this is something that I felt was very, very true. And conflict cannot be personal to you. If you face the conflict as a business decision, you will have a clearer mind and a calmer perspective. And somebody is not muted. I'm not sure who that is. But if you could hit *6 on your phone. Let's try that. See if that works. Okay. If you face the conflict as a business decision, you will have a clearer mind and a calmer perspective. As a leader, you will be comfortable and encourage your team to work together, even in uncomfortable situations. Janine, I really loved that, and I thought that it was very profound. A lot of times there's just little tiny, skirmishes that can pretty much be left alone. And I am very much like Janine in that I don't permit that on my team page, negativity on my team page. And I will typically remove any comments that have been made, and I'll address them privately. That's definitely not something that you want to do in public. So Janine, again, thank you. I know how busy you are. You have a full-time job, and you're running a very successful Cincy business, but you still took the time to help us with this program, and I really do greatly appreciate your assistance. So what is next? So we have some homework assignments for our final week. The first one is pretty easy. By now, you should have already received in your email a survey for the Destination Director program. If you don't see it in your email, be sure to check your spam filters to make sure that it didn't go there. Or if you still don't see it, please send me a message, shoot me an email, text me, whatever. Just let me know, and I'll make sure to get it to you by other means. But take a moment of your time to read over and complete this survey with your thoughts and your opinions on this program. We are looking at doing another iteration of this. However, we need your feedback so that we can ensure that we provide those future leaders with the information that they really need to grow. We really just want your honest opinions. Don't feel like you're going to hurt our feelings if you didn't like something, so that's okay. So your homework number 2 is continue to grow and develop yourself. We know there's tons of training in the training center on your workstation. We know that there must be thousands upon thousands of YouTube videos out there for every topic imaginable within the Cincy realm. But pick up a book, or if you are an audiobook fan, listen to a book. Some books that I have read recently that I really enjoyed were GoPro by Eric Worre. Really great book. It's a short read. I finished it in no time. I've actually read it a couple more times. And the other book that we've talked about continuously throughout this program is Be a Network Marketing Leader by Mary Christensen. If you haven't picked that up yet, I strongly recommend it. There's a lot of information in it. A lot of times I'd be reading the book. I actually bought the hard copy book and I bought the audio book. But I'd be like, she'd be talking about something and I'm like, yes, that's exactly right. So pick up that book or the audio book. And then The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Another great, it's a very small book, very short read, but it's got some really good information in it. But for homework number 2, what is one book that you've read or listened to that has impacted you and or your business? Post on the Destination Director page the title and author, and then share with us how that book affected you or helped you or changed you, because it just might help somebody else with a new book to read. And homework number 3, finding your joy in the journey. Share with us on the Destination Director page just one joy that you have in your Cincy business. Find something that when you read it or you write it, makes your chest swell, or your tears well up in your eyes, or you get this overall feeling of happiness as it relates to your Cincy business. Once you've written that down and shared it on the Destination Director page, add that to your dream board, because I want it there to pose as a reminder to you of why it is you're doing what you do, especially on those days when things get rough. Homework number 4, we have given you tons of information over these past few weeks. On the Destination Director page, list the top 3 things that you're going to take away from this program and then share that with your teams. Just 3. I know there was a lot more, but just 3. Because we want you to take what you've learned over the last several weeks and start to duplicate that. Kind of a train the trainer, if you will. We've given you the information. Now it's your turn to be the presenter. It's your turn to be the trainer, to go back to your teams and share with them some of the great takeaways that you've gotten from this program. Okay, so what I am going to do here, first of all, is say congratulations to you all. You have just done an amazing job over the last several weeks, and I cannot wait to continue to watch you guys grow. If you think of it, come back to the Destination Director group page and share with us the successes that you have along the way. If you have been able to successfully put something into practice that you've learned throughout this week, come back and share it with us and tell us how it's impacted your teams. And allow the Destination Director page to be a resource for you in the future. I'm beyond proud of all of you. You've done a phenomenal job. And what I'd like to do now, if anybody wants to, is that if you have something you'd like to add, because we still have a little time and we're still going to end up finishing early, but if you have something that you'd like to add, just type yes in the comment box on our chat window, and I will go back and unmute you if you'd like to add anything, if you want to give give any of our presenters a shout out, it doesn't matter. Let me get back to our chat box so I can actually see it. You are certainly welcome, Kate. Kate, would you like for me to unmute you? Oh, gotcha. Okay, Kim, just a second.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Yep, I can hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
This is weird. Okay, I just want to say that I have been with Scentsy since August of 2014, and I have had my ups and downs. And about 2 months ago, I was almost ready to throw in the towel just because I've been really busy and I haven't been able to figure out how to manage my time. But I will say that this program that you guys put together has completely changed the way that I view Scentsy. I am amazed, because you guys already know all of this, but it's actually putting it into practice and being intentional about it that has made the difference. So I am very appreciative to all of you presenters and also participants in giving us the motivation to do this, because I think without it, I probably would have given up. So I say thank you. I think each week I took something away from each presenter that I was able to use, and it's just amazing the difference that it has made. I'm so motivated and I'm so ready to do this. So I just say thank you.
Well, Kim, I have to say, and for those of you that don't know, Kim is actually part of my team, and I am extremely proud of her. She has, in the last several weeks, has really started to come out of her shell. She's pretty shy, pretty introverted person, but it's kind of like that butterfly effect that that Heidi has talked about at the reunion last year. And it's really been a pleasure, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds for you, Kim. I'm really, really super proud of you. Did I miss anyone else that wanted to speak? We still have a little time. I'm scrolling through your chat. No? Okay, well, you guys, it's been a lot of fun. Don't forget your homework assignments this week. I will repost them to the week 8 event page, and I'll have this up for us tomorrow, the recording, for those of you that have missed it. And again, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great night, and we will see you on the page.